Morning, y'all. So let's get into it. On the way to work, it's your winning season. I hope you woke up knowing that you already won this battle. So story time. So the reason why I want to come to you guys, because a little something happened, nothing major, just that you guys are encouraging me to do the right thing. So what happened was, in the comments there was someone who spoke and said, maybe we should talk to these people. Okay, and the reason why that was important, because I realized that trying that method, you have to have emotional intelligence and control, and I'm not 100% there. I'm there probably, like, I would give myself an 80%, a B if you wanted to do letter grades. The reason why I said that was because a current event that took place last week, I believe it was on Friday, was my son was sitting outside on my porch waiting for me. I was a little bit late. I work down the street, so sometimes I'm like 5, 6, 7 minutes late. Nothing more than 10 minutes late, because I stay after work trying to hurry up and get work done. I work down the street. So I have this neighbor, you guys, that is classified as one of the people that is a watcher. And the reason why I classify her that, because that's the one I showed in the previous video that was standing next to the lady in yellow, that I said, okay, now they stand in front of my door. As soon as I open the door, they scatter. They stand in front of the gate. As soon as I open the gate and start my car, all of a sudden they walk off. And it's been continuous for a couple of months. Previous to that, this lady was what you call the nosy neighbor. Before I classified her as a watcher, she was already nosy, so that's nothing new. One of those neighbors that asks so many questions and you just try to be like, ignore them, to the point where I had other neighbors when I first moved in there said, oh yeah, her right there, she's nosy, she asks you a lot of questions. I'm like, okay, whatever. And she did it to me, to the point where one day my boyfriend was outside on the porch burning a candle in representation of a loved one that passed, and she had the nerves to come to me the next day. I don't know who that guy was on your porch. I don't know if he's your boyfriend or your husband, but he was burning a candle. What's that about? What religious are you guys? She asked me that. One day we was cleaning out our place, and I was throwing away some old stuff. She had a nurse to knock on my door and say, hey, I seen you guys cleaning out your stuff. Are you moving? I'm like, gosh, she has a lot of questions. If I have company, she asks my company who they are, and hi, who are you? I'm so-and-so. Introduces herself, knows everybody by name. She knows my kids by name. But anyways, let's bring it up. You get the point. To the current event that took place that led me to have a conversation with this lady was, I was late, like I stated. My son was on the porch waiting for me, because at this time he didn't have his key. Okay, and this just happened Friday. So she goes up to my son. Now she's classified as a watcher. When you're a watcher, you have no right to connect with me. You have no right to say hi to me. We're done. Before that, when you were just a nosy neighbor, I accepted it. But now that I know you're a watcher, we can't allow this type of behavior. If you talking to me or my kids, it's a wrap. We don't say nothing to you no more. You've been put into a category as an op. So she goes to my son and goes, why are you sitting there? Where's your mom? What's going on? What's taking her so long? What time she's gonna come? Do you have a key? Do you not have a key? Well, do you know how to get a key? Because I can show you how to get a key. And he just kept saying, oh, okay, because my son is taught not to disrespect an adult. So he couldn't just ignore her, because I'll be classified as a disrespect. So he said he had his earphones on, thinking I was going to get her to stop, and he kept putting his head down like he was listening to his phone. And my son is 14 years old, so he has the capability of being able to get help if he needed help. So he said she just standing there and asked a question. So I pull up and I see her walking off, and I go, what's that about? And he was like, oh yeah, she was asking me questions about like where you at and how long is you gonna take. And I was like, what? So I'm heated, right? So I'm like, oh my God, like I want to say something to this lady, but she had went in the house. It's not to the point where I want to say something right now, because I don't have no, I'm angry for her asking them 21 questions. And mind you, this day was Friday, y'all. I seen her that morning when I was taking my son to school, 7:45 a.m. I picked my son up, as you can see, around 2. That day it was like, I usually pick him up around like 2:45. That day I got there probably like 3 o'clock, 3:05, whatever. And that's when I saw her again. Get this. So I go straight. We didn't even go in the house. I told him I signal for my son to get in the car. So he gets in the car, and we go to my mother's house, right? I'm greasy. Ooh, look at all that grease. But anyways, my eyes watering. So anyways, as I return from my mother's home, guess who I see? The same lady. So why I'm seeing you 3 times a day at 3 different times? That's why I said I classified as a watcher. So this is what I did, you guys. You know how they do the street theater and they talk about you so you can hear them, so they can get a reaction? I played them with the same tactics that they do to me. So I was talking in reference about her. I said, wow, we see people 3 times a day, no matter what time we come. I said, so my son, I said, oh, watch out. Watch, we see them in the morning again like this. And I said, I'm tired of it. You know what? We're going to have a conversation. And she goes, huh? Excuse me? Because what happened was I'm getting off the car. At first, I wasn't going to say nothing then. Just something said, just say something. Because I'm getting off the car, right? And then she's holding the gate so she can make sure I walk past her. I was like, oh, I just wanted her to go in the gate. I didn't want to talk to her because I knew I didn't have emotional control. And I wanted to talk, like the lady said, talk to them, not at them, right? But anyway, so since you want to hold the gate, let's get into it, right? I'm like, you know, she stood there and waited for me. She's a mom. I'm a mom. She has stuff in her hand. It was no need for her to wait for me because it's like, out of courtesy as a woman, I understand you're a woman, you have little kids, her kids are younger than mine. Long story short. So I start doing this, and then all of a sudden I start talking to her. She said, huh, excuse me? I said, yes, I'm talking to you about you. I'm tired of this. You guys want to play these community games, and then you want to speak. And then the thing about it is, when it comes to my kids, please leave that off limit. You can watch, do it. This is what I'm saying, you guys. I'm telling her all the time. You can watch the all you want to do. That's fine. But when it comes to talking to my kids, and she said, what are you talking about? I said, the day when you was asking my kids where I'm at, don't do that. I don't ask about you, your husband, your kids, none of that. I said, I don't even know your name, but you know all my family members' name. You know my guest name. You know who visitors is, my sisters, who's not. I said, that's too invested in somebody else's life. You have to stop doing that. And then she was like, she didn't try to defend herself about being a watcher. Then I go on to tell her, and respectfully, I said, I don't even say hi to you no more. Once I found out you and your friends want to be part of the bully clan, and she goes, bully? I said, yeah, that's bullying. When somebody comes out and it's like a gang of you against one person and you're laughing, and as soon as they walk by, you scatter like you can't even say hi. I said, notice that I don't even say hi to you no more, even when you're by yourself. I said, because I don't like those type of tactics. So respect me as I respect you. Don't help me unless I ask for help. Don't help my kids unless they ask for help. My son is old enough to call 911. He's old enough to go to the office. I told my son not to even ask you for help if he needed help, period. Because we don't trust you. And she just was like, that's up. And she just kept going like this. And then she went into the house. So yeah, what the moral of the story is, we could have a conversation, but you got to know how to have the conversation at the right time. Because unfortunately, when you don't have emotion control, it can escalate and make you the bad person. So I just want to give you guys that information of what happened, story time, and also involved in the story time. It was a tactic that we're trying to implement and to moving forward because life is too short. Real quick, because we just lost a co-worker, you guys. You see somebody on Friday, you come back Monday, they passed away with all the sickness that's going on, or RSVP, whatever. I don't know the whole story. I just know that we was told that they passed away because they was sick. Not like a pre-existing sickness. It was something due to the current flus and the current cold C19. That's what's going on. So life is too short. So if you want to do something, don't sit there and say, I got to wait till Friday. I'm going to do it. I promise I might do it. Do it. Do it. Meaning something positive, not nothing negative. I mean, if you said, I want to talk to my family about my current life, do it, because tomorrow's not promised to you. If you said, I want to start a goal, start it today. Tomorrow's not promised to you, okay? All right. Love you guys. Like always, I'll talk to you soon. Today is the day, not tomorrow, because we don't have tomorrow promised to us, like I said.